Excellent, it says. Excellent. Okay, yeah, you can see that fairly well. Let's see. Keep it down in where we're not looking at everything ugly over here. I'll get on here. So yeah, like I was saying, my bad. I got one camera. I don't have the double multi-view, other than the cool face cam on the. Should I get my ugly mug lit up a little more? No, not really. Doesn't get any cuter. So yeah, I've been working on the design. I got my light burn tooled up. I got the let's see. There's the lasers ready. I'm waiting on the material. I got a piece. I spray painted it white so we could have a clean background on there. Probably gonna have to cut in maybe 2 or 3 different cuts. I'm gonna go with the background. Let me see if we can work it all together. We're gonna have the round background, of course, and then I'm gonna score over the top, so I have a marker where I'm gonna put the other pieces, and then I've got the pieces I'm gonna cut out. And of course, he's got a red, white, and black logo. We're gonna we've picked out which letters are gonna be red and which are black, and we're just gonna I'm gonna spray them separately because it's strangely enough, I got one piece of material I can use right now, unless I tried to squeeze it down. But I figure we'll just, for the sake of making it quicker and easier, we'll just put it on one piece and start cutting. And I didn't tell them I was starting yet, so I don't know if they're going to come in or not, but they said they'd like to watch it. So we'll give them a minute or two before we get going. It's still a little early. My streaming says excellent, so I feel good about that now. I got my microphone hooked up. Hopefully it's working. Let me go get the material. I'll be right back. It's still a little wet, but this is what we got here. This is just a piece of, press board we're going to use for the backing. I found that piece already, it was already white, so we're just going to use that for now. Lay it down in there. I think it's, yeah, we'll just measure it off before we go to cutting, so we don't have any issues like that. I don't know if I'm getting any, how's the sound? Everybody good? Not like there's anybody here watching, so anyway. Yeah. So I've got 3 pieces here. Actually, we could cut those first. And I gotta get my concentration, so we cut those first and have those ready for paint and be ready to go. So let's do that. I think we'll do that because that still needs a little bit of drying time. Not that we're in a super hurry. Group. Good. If you don't use light burn, the thing I love about it, you got your grid where you're going to cut in this area, and then anything outside of that, it won't cut that. So you can keep all your design close. That's the way I do it. I kind of throw stuff up all around there. 11 at 55. Yeah, that should work. I'm not sure those are 1 inch tall, 7 wide. Yeah, that'll work. Trying to make as much use of my stuff as possible. 3 steps, as I was saying. So, yeah, we'll score the white piece first, which means the laser will mark it. Like it'll have an outline of where the letters are going to line up if I need them, and then we'll cut another piece. Oh, you know what I should do? Yeah, let's do that instead. Now that I just thought about it. Ah, no. Control Z, your best friend. Why is this not connecting everything? Am I losing battery power? I remember how I was going to do that. So let's ungroup that. Ungroup. We got to make a whole template. Yeah. Sorry, I had a brain freeze for a minute. Duplicate. What the heck? Oh, I only had the outside ring. Okay, no problem, no problem. Delete that. I need that one. Dang, I duplicated a lot of them. How many did I get? There we go. All right, that one. Hold on. Duplicate. There it goes. Now we got it. Okay. Now it's clear to me. We're gonna cut these out, so we'll turn those to 00. 00. 00. Everybody the same? Yep. Okay, so this is our can't think of it. Our template. So we're going to cut this one. All the numbers will come out, and then we'll lay that over the circle on the back piece, and then glue them together. I remember now what we're doing. It's been a while since I messed with these cuts here. So now here's our basswood, and hopefully this works because we got one shot at this. One shot. Material inches, but we'll go back to millimeters because that's 3 millimeter. Okay, so now let's take a look at the camera. Where's my Forget my head if it wasn't connected. Okay. Now, Shinkum. Well, this should work because we're just gonna run it on the frame anyway. Frame it. I'll move it over here in a second when we get the laser going, but right now we're just checking the framing to see if we can get it all on the piece. Oh yeah, looks like it's working. Change that up there. Amazing. Mention moderators. This is all new to me. Engage with the audience. Start poll. Close. Heart. I guess that's if you heart somebody else's stuff. Okay. I guess we're going to try it out, huh? 11 by 55. Yeah, that's what we usually do. Let me turn the ventilator on. Blow some smoke out of here. There we go. I could just turn this whole arm around, couldn't I? This is what happens when you're a one-man operation. Let me see. Let's zoom her back a little bit. There we go. There we go. All right. Let's see if we can do it without messing it up. If not, this might be a short video because I'll have to get some more material. All right, well, I think we've started a scoring, which it shouldn't be doing because it's all in the other. That's the problem with doing something and forgetting what you do after a while when you don't use it. But it should be in cutting mode right now, but apparently we're just scoring. So maybe I have a... I wonder if I've got a... Oh, that's the problem. So when I duplicated it, I've got two sets on there. So my bad. It'll cut through in a minute. Just take twice as long now. Or I could, we'll let it go. There it's going. Now it's cutting through there. Danged if it ain't all crooked looking though. Well, so far it's cutting, so maybe it'll work. Giant hole in the ceiling up there, huh? It's the fun part of laser work, the slow, painful pace. this back up on the replay, I guess. I'll show you a quick trick with the old painter's tape. Especially when you're doing small lettering and such like that. You get you a strip and you... Because I'm going to go ahead and paint these, and once we get them in there, we're going to need to move it all about, keep them all in one piece. Not perfect together, but we're going to paint them and then try to keep them all going here. So get this out of the way without making a bunch of racket. Alright, so far so good. So now we take this. Let's see, is that as far back as we can go? There we go. See our blue tape here? Take that big piece off. Keep that in the back. Alright, so there's our template. And the T didn't come out good, so we can cut that one out. It's not much left on it. They just pop out. Alright, get a razor knife on there. So we can just go with maintenance first, I guess. No, let's keep it in order. The big M. O. R. So this whole set is going to be red, in keeping with his logo's design. The big M and the top letters are red, everything else is black. Alright, there's that one. Tear down, ding-a-ling. Alright, so now when I go to paint, we're just going to run it over like that. This one can be a little shorter. A, I, N, T, E, N. Did I spell that right? I sure hope so. N-C-E. Oh. God dang it. That's not good. Clean in the back. I don't know why it offset so strangely. No telling. Anyway. So yeah, there's that one. And now we just go to paint and it'll be all kept together. Don't forget we got to get the O or the T off the board still. R-E-V. R-E-W. We didn't have an S on there, and we did have an S. Tool reviews. Where's our S at? Now we need the apostrophe still, which is probably dropped back down here in the back somewhere. Oh, what a knock off. Or it's so small that it wouldn't cut out right there. There it is. I see it. Up the camera? Probably. Sometimes it pays to have a little pair of tweezers out there. Okay, that's probably going to be part one. I need to go and paint these and let the other paint dry on the other piece, so we may come back later this evening after everything dries out and try it again. Alright y'all, thanks for watching. Hopefully you'll be watching on the replay because nobody's watching now, but that's alright, it's cool. I'm sure there's playoff games going today, and I probably picked the worst time to try to run a live stream, but that'll work. Alright fellas and ladies, we'll come back a little bit once we get everything painted and ready to go. Take it easy.